Have you ever thought about the fact that you have a built-in drummer who started playing months before you were born and hasn't taken a single second's break since not even when you were in your deepest sleep? Welcome to Zapnik's lab. I'm Professor Zapnik, and today we're going to take apart a motor that is so vital you wouldn't even be able to finish this sentence without it. Did you know that during a 5-minute video your heart beats about 300 times? Over an average lifetime, that's 2.5 billion beats. Non-stop. Theoretically, it can create enough pressure that blood could squirt out several meters away. This isn't just an organ, my friend. This is the hardest working employee in your body, doing the dirty work right in the middle of your chest, tucked between your two lungs and tilted slightly to the left. Your heart is roughly the size of your clenched fist, but this bioelectrical pump is entirely self-driving. It doesn't beat because you tell it to. In the engine room, a built-in pacemaker called the Sinoatrial Node is at work. This tiny group of cells creates rhythmic electrical impulses that travel through the heart muscle and trigger it to contract. This is why the heart can even beat outside the body for a while, provided it gets the right ion cocktail like an energy smoothie. This is also why you can't stop it with your willpower alone. Nature didn't trust our scatterbrained minds with something as critical as a heartbeat. If this motor stopped for even a few minutes, oxygen transport would cease and your cells would start starving, leading quickly to permanent damage. This motor is a 4-chambered masterpiece. It consists of 2 upper rooms, the atria, and 2 lower, large halls, the ventricles. The logic is simple. The atria fill up, then whoosh, they push the blood into the ventricles. Here's the interesting part. The wall of the left ventricle is much thicker because it has to launch the blood with enough force to reach your big toe and back. The root is guarded by strict heart valves. These are like one-way trapdoors. They prevent blood from flowing backward. When a doctor listens to your heart, they aren't hearing the muscles. They're hearing these valves snapping shut. That typical lub-dub sound is the dance of the valves. The circulatory system is a brilliant highway network with no oncoming traffic. We have 2 circuits. The pulmonary circuit, where blood pops out for an oxygen refresher to dump carbon dioxide and soak up fresh air, and the systemic circuit, which is the delivery service. Here, fresh blood races through the arteries to the cells, then plods back tiredly through the veins. And here is the chemical secret. Many people believe venous blood is blue, but that's a myth. Blood is always red. The hemoglobin protein in red blood cells has an iron atoms at its core. When it gets oxygen, the hemoglobin changes shape like a superhero changing costumes, and that makes it a bright, vivid red. This brilliant crimson is the color of life. Arterial blood is bright red from all the oxygen, while venous blood is a darker burgundy from having less. In an adult, about 5 to 6 liters of blood circulate, which the heart completely cycles through in 1 minute while at rest. But why does your heart beat faster when you run or get scared? When you're sprinting for the bus, your brain and hormones send a signal to the engine room to shift gears and pump more power. Under the influence of adrenaline, the sinoatrial node shifts gears to send more oxygen to your muscles. And the pulse? That's the mini shockwave your heart sends through your vessels with every single beat like an internal roller coaster. During sleep or meditation, the system switches to economy mode, and the pulse slows down. Professional athletes have hearts as strong as tuned-up engines. They move a massive amount of blood with a single beat, so their hearts beat much less at rest, sometimes only 40 times per minute instead of the usual 70. That's true fitness. But beware. Your heart is the only part of you that comes with no warranty. Chronic stress, too much caffeine, and bad fuel, junk food, ruin the system. An EKG can show electrical glitches, but the biggest trouble is a heart attack or cardiac arrest. The heart never gets tired because it takes a microscopic nap after every single beat and is packed with mitochondria, which are the cell's own power plants. If we laid out all the blood vessels carrying your blood end to end, they would be about 100,000 kilometers long, meaning they would wrap around the Earth twice. What is the Zapnik conclusion? Move enough to feel life thundering inside you. If you sometimes feel like it skips a beat, it's usually just an innocent extra beat, extra systole. But if you feel dizzy along with it, head to the doctor. Your heart is a loyal servant working for you from the first minute to the last. If you could ask it what it thinks of your lifestyle, would it praise you, or would it beg for a little salad? While heart biology is rock-solid science, there is one area where even the most precise measuring instruments get confused: the world of our emotions. And don't forget, love doesn't actually live in your heart. It lives in the limbic system of your brain. But let's be honest, a red heart still looks much better on a Valentine's card than a jelly-like gray brain, doesn't it? That's all for today. Take care of your pump, because if it goes on strike, the whole factory shuts down. Stay curious, don't let the system get rusty, and I'll see you for the next experiment in the lab. Stay in the rhythm of science. Hit subscribe. Bye-bye.